Caitlin here. I just wanted to jump in before I start this video to apologize for not uploading for the past couple of weeks. As I mentioned in the start of this vlog, I am working on my uni enrollment, so I actually went back to uni a couple of days after I wrapped up this vlog, and my uni work has just been absolutely kicking my butt. I'm enrolled in my master's at the moment, and it's a little more quick paced than I'm used to, so I just kind of needed to get my feet under me for a couple of weeks there. But I feel like I do have a little bit of a routine down now. I'm used to all the homework and everything. My brain is back in school mode, and so I'm kind of ready to just sit down and tackle the bunch of videos that I filmed over the past couple of weeks while I wasn't uploading. So without further ado, apologies for my lack of uploading, but enjoy this weekly vlog. Hello everybody, my name is Caitlin. Welcome back to my channel and another reading vlog. Now apologies if I'm talking a little bit quiet. My dad's currently in a work meeting and it's really echoey in this part of the house, so I just don't want to interrupt that. But anyway, it is currently Monday afternoon, it's about 2 o'clock. I feel like I've done a lot today, but I really haven't. I had a dentist appointment this morning to just kind of discuss what I'm going to be doing with my Invisalign, because I didn't wear my retainer after I got my braces off and they have moved a little bit. So I do need to have an Invisalign for a couple of months just to kind of put them back. But yeah, then I've just kind of been working on my enrollment for uni. So if you've been following me for a little while, I actually wrapped up my bachelor at the end of last year, and so I'm going into a master's this year. And so I've just been doing a lot of, online work trying to sort out my enrollment, and there are so many complications already with my units just not being offered and they're unavailable to enroll in, and I'm like, could nothing in this process be relatively easy for me? I think that's just my luck. I am going to make myself a bit of a snack because I'm a tad hungry, and then I'm just going to sit down and read for the rest of the afternoon. I'm doing the completely immature thing of just completely ignoring the fact that I have more work to do for the rest of the day because I got really frustrated and I don't want to deal with it at the moment. So that is future Caitlin's problem. We're just going to read for the time being. I'm currently reading Face-Offs and Cheap Shots by Eden Finley, which is book 2 in, I forget what series it's a part of. I think I talked about the first one in one of my reading vlogs a couple of weeks ago, but I never got around to reading book 2 just because I wasn't 100% set on it. And then someone recommended it in a Facebook group because apparently it's enemies to lovers. And I was like, well, I guess we're reading that next. I think I'm maybe 20% of the way through at the moment and can definitely say that I'm loving it. So if you're looking for something that has the athlete trope and the enemies to lovers trope, then I would recommend picking this up because I am enjoying it immensely. I'm balancing my tripod on my knee. Hopefully this is a stable angle, and if I move, the camera doesn't move with me. What a day today has been. And I didn't film anything today. I'm so sorry. I'm a bit stressed about my uni enrollment. So I got made a late offer to study my master's in semester 1, which means that a majority of the classes I have to enroll in are actually full. And so it's just so much emailing back and forth, trying to free up places or add more places to these classes. Some of the classes that I have to take are saying that they're not offered, and no one is responding to my messages about those, and I'm slightly concerned because I have to start next week, and I'm just like, the stress is piling up. I've tried emailing people and they're just saying, just wait a couple of days and see what happens, and I'm like, I don't have a couple of days. I'm supposed to start on Tuesday at the latest, and I'm just really hoping that all this crap gets sorted before then, because otherwise I am going to go into panic mode. I got home from Taekwondo not too long ago either, so I'm more than ready to just kind of flop in bed. I'm sure you can tell I think I look half asleep at the moment. I do not think I will be staying awake for too long reading. But I did pick up a new book, and it's Call the Coroner by Avril Ashton. Someone recommended it on a Facebook page that I'm a part of, and I'm kind of keen because it sounds like a real enemies to lovers, but there is murder and there's like torture, and it just sounds like a friggin' whirlwind of all the dark side of things. So I'm kind of excited, but I am enjoying it. Normally I can tell within the first couple of chapters if something isn't quite what I'm looking for, and I think I think this is what I'm looking for. I'm very keen, but I'm going to sit and probably fall asleep halfway through a chapter, and I will chat to you guys again tomorrow. Good morning. It is, what morning it is? It is Thursday morning. I didn't vlog anything yesterday because I didn't really do anything. I just stayed in bed reading for most of the day, sorting out some uni stuff. Not really interesting vlog content, so I'm not too mad about not picking up the camera. This week is just not really that exciting. It's just kind of sorting out my week for next week. There's also a very weird angle. I figured though that I should probably actually tell you guys what I think of the books that I've been reading, and I noticed I did this in my last vlog as well. I just kind of was like, yeah, I'm reading this book, and then in a clip later I'm like, yeah, I liked it. Okay, I'm reading this book now. It's like, I'm not actually telling you guys what I think of these books, which is something that I need to change if I'm going to be making a video about like a reading vlog. Like, I need to get on top of this. Okay, so we'll start with, oh bloody hell, why can I never remember the title of this book? Hold up, I need to look it up. Face-Offs and Cheap Shots. There we go. So that one is by Eden Finley and Saxon James. Pretty sure it's Saxon James because I keep going to say Jones and I think that's the wrong one. I gave that book a 5 out of 5 stars, which is rather rare for me. I try not to give 5 stars anymore unless it's something that I really, really enjoy. Absolutely loved it. Can't really see any faults with it. If I can, they're very minor and very easy to overlook. Something that I will definitely consider rereading in the future, and I just have to kind of get that feeling in my gut where I'm like, yep, like this is it. This is a 5-star read. And I had all of those things with this book. I adored it. I'm kind of, I was gonna say I'm mad I didn't pick it up sooner, but it's at the same time I'm not, because it meant that like I got to enjoy it now. It was so much fun reading from both of these characters' point of views, because the first book was a very stereotypical jock and nerd type book, which I'm honestly not a very big fan of. I feel like it's something that's just really overdone, and I find that as soon as I kind of come across a book with that trope, I'm just kind of immediately losing a little bit of interest. And so I was very happy with this one when that wasn't the case. So this one follows, I'm pretty sure I did mention this already, that this one follows Beck and Jacobs, and so they're both gunning for captain, and a majority of the book takes place where the coaches can't decide who of the 2 boys they want to be captain, and with this particular university there can only be one captain, not like an alternate captain, and so they leave it up to the team, and the team comes up with a bunch of challenges that these boys have to do in order to decide who the team will vote for. There are 5 challenges. Whoever wins the most of them, the team will vote for when it comes time to vote for captain. Keep in mind though, these challenges have absolutely nothing to do with hockey. They are completely random, like streaking, getting numbers, that kind of thing, and they're things that just kind of like bring Beck and Jacobs together in ways that they didn't really expect. And they're also spending more time together because they are coaching a summer camp while like they're on summer break. So it's just a very good read. I definitely enjoyed it. I think I want to actually buy this one because I did read it on Kindle Unlimited, and I know that like, I mean, I could just go back and re-download it from Kindle Unlimited, but I kind of want my own copy of it, if that makes sense. And the second book that I talked about in this vlog, I actually just finished before I picked up the camera, was called The Coroner by Avril Ashton. I don't think I know what I want to rate it yet. It's not a 5-star. It might be a 4-star read. I'll have to think about that one for a little bit before I decide. But the whole premise of this novel is that we follow our main character, Daniel, and the one thing that I've noticed after finishing this book is that we really don't actually know that much about our main characters. So we know that Daniel is involved in some kind of illegal thing. Like, they've mentioned drugs and murder and trafficking and that kind of thing. We know that he doesn't do trafficking. The wife was not keen on that. We don't do that. But like, That's kind of it. Like, we just know it's like the family business. But with both of our characters, we don't actually get too much insight into what that means. I feel like the relationship was really such a focal point in this book that you get just enough of a backstory to get by. Like, you know, you kind of have an understanding of what they're doing, but it doesn't go into great detail, which I'm not too bothered about, honestly, because we don't really need it to fully enjoy the story. But at the same time, it's just something that kind of like came into my head when we finished, because I was trying to think, oh, you know, like, what can I say about our main character? And I'm like, I literally have no idea what he does. But yeah, so we follow Daniel, who is out on a hunt for revenge because someone murdered his wife a couple of years ago, and ever since then he's just been concocting this plan to get revenge on the man who committed her murder. That's where all the torture and shit comes in, but of course it's a romance, so as you can expect, it is definitely an enemies to lovers romance. There's a lot of like guilt and, you know, coming to terms with your feelings and yourself. There's a whole lot of crap going on, basically. It is definitely an enjoyable read. I did find the beginning just went a little bit slowly. Like, I must admit, probably the first 20%, I was looking at the pages going, is this what it's gonna be like for the whole book? Like, it was still interesting, don't get me wrong, but I was kind of sitting there like, we're just gonna keep going with the torture for like a whole 350 pages because I don't know if I can handle that. But it definitely picked up. I don't know when it was. It was before the halfway point, definitely. But there was like a particular point where the story just like moved on. And then next thing I know, you're hurtling towards the end of the book. And I'm like, okay, cool. That's fine. The one thing that was always in my head while reading this though is that I knew there was a book 2, and I'm like, what the hell are you going to talk about in a book 2, because we've kind of like, we're settling everything that's coming our way. And like, I don't want to say too much about book 2 because like, but at the same time it doesn't really spoil anything, because it's almost like one of those ones where like everything that popped up in book 1 has been sorted out. And then this is like a new enemy in book 2. I love the way that this blurb for book 2 has been written. This isn't a spoiler, I just wanted to read it like a line from the blurb. The pain of losing another person he loved would bring any other man to his knees, but Daniel only accepts carpet burns from one special Greek. And I'm like, these men, like, I did not think that I would love these main characters as much as I do, but I'm kind of obsessed. And the fact that like these are both professional killers who like have tortured each other and seeing them be gentle with each other, and like it's just a complete other side to their characters, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? But I'm here for it. I'm actually like loving it. I think the one other thing that I did want to say about this book is that sometimes I did feel a little bit disconnected from the dialogue. So this book is written from third person, like a lot of others, but I just felt with this one there was a particular disconnect between like me and the story. I don't know if that's just a personal thing that I'm feeling. I haven't really read a lot of reviews to see if anyone else shares the same thoughts. More towards the second half of the book, maybe it just took me a little while to settle into it properly, but there were some times where I was reading a couple of chapters and, you know, I'm trying to think of another word other than I felt disconnected from the characters and from the story, but I really can't. Anyway, I am going to pick up book 2, I reckon, because I'm kind of excited about that. And then I'm probably going to do a workout, have some brekkie, and do absolutely nothing until I have taekwondo later this evening. Okay, so it looks like I'm in the exact same position, but I swear I have moved. I did my workout, I had my breakfast, and I am back in bed to start reading. The second book in this series that I'm about to pick up is called Dig Your Grave, and in the clip that I just filmed before, I did talk a little bit about the blurb, and I'm so freaking keen. I just read the blurb again because the blurb alone is making me so excited. Like, you have no idea. and I'm gonna read just the end of it as well. I know I already read that little snippet, but I cannot help myself. I'm way too excited. These guys are like professional killers. You don't fuck with them. You fuck with them, they'll fuck with you. I'm guessing the whole point of this book is that, you know, one of them gets taken, the other is working to get them back. Whoever took them, they've got trouble coming their way. So it says, the hunt is on, bodies are piling up, and they're sending out a warning. Before you even think to go up against us, dig your grave. Ow. I whacked my phone. I am so excited. I'm so excited. I need to actually sit down and read this now because it's been a couple of hours since I said I was going to do that. I am 47% of the way through Dig Your Grave. I am absolutely loving it so far. I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. I feel like this duology definitely isn't for everyone. Like, yes, it's enemies to lovers, it's erotic, it's smutty. I love it, but at the same time, it is rather dark. There is a lot of torture, there is a lot of death and murder, knife play, there's blood play, gun play. I feel like my face went red even just thinking about that. I love it personally, but I know that that kind of story isn't to everyone's taste. Apologies if you can hear the washing machine in the background. So if that's something that you're not too keen on, then I would probably stay away from this one just because it is rather heavy on that. They're both professional killers. It kind of comes with the territory, unfortunately. I feel like this is just my standard morning appearance on a night after I've done Taekwondo. I wanted to work out this morning. As you can tell by the fact I'm still in bed, that didn't happen. I woke up aching everywhere. Because yesterday I did a boxing workout in the morning and then I did Taekwondo at night. My arms are so sore, like extending them fully is not the most pleasant experience. My back is aching. That also probably has something to do with the amount of takedowns that we did at Taekwondo last night, and a couple of times I just got dropped flat on my back, which wasn't fun exactly. I've just been in bed reading, procrastinating because I have to make a phone call and try to find out what the heck is going on with my units. All week I've been trying to get in contact with this university. Every time I've tried, they say, no, you have to email this email, like we can't help you, you just need to wait a response for this person. And I'm like, I sent an email on Monday, I sent a follow-up email on Wednesday, I've been talking to people every single day this week. No one has gotten back to me just yet. I can do this. I can make a phone call. I'm an adult. Is my voice suitable for a phone call right now? I haven't spoken much since I woke up. Oh my god. No, that was all for the moment. Thank you.
Alright, thank you. Bye-bye.
Alright, thanks. Bye. Oh, when she asked me for my student number and I'm like, oh, I haven't memorized it yet. Okay, so now I'm kind of majorly stressed because I thought that we'd be able to handle that over the phone. And now it turns out I have to fill out an online form that will be sent to the Department of Education and they're going to advise me what to do. I was just about to go make myself some breakfast when I got a delivery and it's a book. One of my friends ordered me some like pre-releases for my birthday. That is Yesterday's History by Kosoko Jackson. I honestly like haven't heard too many people talking about this book just yet. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places. I read this blurb and I fell in love with it. So we're following our main character Andre and he gets a liver transplant and wakes up in the past. I think it might be like 50 years in the past, and when he pops back to like present day, the family of his donor is there to explain that yes, he got a liver transplant, but it also comes with the skill of being able to time travel. And so they put their youngest son Blake in charge of kind of like teaching Andre how to use this new skill. And so he's kind of, you know, bouncing back and forth between Blake in the present and Michael in the past. I think it sounds so promising, and I am so keen to read this. And can we just talk about the cover? I kind of love that. I'm so keen. I think this may have just jumped to like the top of my TBR. This vlog has pretty much just been me in bed, but I swear it is hours later. It is 10:30 at night. I've been to work. I went out with Lucy for a little bit. We got frozen yogurt and then had pizza for dinner, and it 100% had real cheese on it, but that is completely fine. I will just deal with that when it comes tomorrow to bite me in the butt. Normally, I wouldn't vlog too much about what happened at work, but I did just want to point something out today that me and one of my coworkers had an absolute laughing fit about. So something that's pretty common is when people return their DVDs, they do forget to return the disc sometimes. They'll put the case in, but they'll leave the disc in the DVD player, and that is not uncommon. So most of the time we just call them, we're like, hey, you forgot to return the disc. They're like, oh, sorry, my bad, it's in the DVD player, I'll bring it back tomorrow. Cool, no big deal, problem solved. What was different this time was the title of the DVD. So it was an anime called I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. Now, I had never heard of this before. I didn't even realize that we had it in the library, and I'm just thinking I have to call someone and tell them over the phone that you have left your I Want to Eat Your Pancreas DVD at home. And I'm like, I brought it out to one of the other ladies that I was working with, and I'm like, how am I supposed to keep a straight face while making this phone call? And so I called the number. I was really hoping I was going to get a voicemail because it rung for such a long time. Unfortunately, she picked up on like the 7th ring and was the most softly spoken woman I have ever spoken to. And I was like, hey, just want to let you know, left the DVD at home. And she's like, yeah, of course. And I'm thinking I can get away with like having to say the name of the DVD because it was the only one she had out on her library card. And then she goes, which one was it again? And I had to say, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas. And there was this really prolonged awkward silence before she just goes, I'm gonna have to check with my daughter on that one. Can I bring it back tomorrow? And I'm like, yeah. That is a phone call that I never thought I would have, and a sentence I never thought I would say. I'm going to continue reading Dig Your Grave. I'm almost finished, and I'm actually loving this one so much. I love how they're ruthless killers, like killing people, and the sight of blood and torture and burning someone's face off with acid turns them on. But like they're so soft and affectionate towards each other, and I know some people are just going to be looking at this book thinking, what the actual shit did I just read? I'm kind of over here like, oh, ew, burning someone's face off, but oh, he looked at him with affection while it happened. Like, alrighty, I just got back from my hair appointment, so it's Saturday afternoon, and I am very happy with the turnout. My hair has curls in it for once, which is something completely new to me, because curls just do not stay in my hair, so whenever I go, I normally just ask them to straighten it, because I'm like, I don't want to be disappointed when the curls fall out. But I didn't go too much lighter, but I just wanted, you know, a little bit of difference, a little bit of color. So I've gone a little bit blonder than my natural hair. It blends in so well. I'm absolutely like kind of in love with it at this point. Very happy. So I finished reading Dig Your Grave while I was at the hairdressers, and I absolutely love the ending of it. I only have maybe one chapter left to go. Again, definitely not suited to everyone's tastes. There is so much murder and gore and a lot of shooting and killing and torturing going on. But it's also like with our main characters, that is what they do. So this kind of stuff turns them on, and you know, it's a bit of a mess, but I love it. I'm totally 100% here for it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It just didn't have that something extra to make me want to give it a 5-star rating, but I still definitely enjoyed it. I 100% think I will be rereading these books at some point because I just couldn't get over it. I finished book 1 and I was like, thank God there's a book 2 because I'm not ready to be done with Daniel and Stav just yet. Yeah, so I'll wrap up this vlog here because I am going to start another reading vlog directly after this one, but just because I'm reviewing 2 arcs and I kind of want them to be in the same video, I don't want to split them up, so I'm gonna do that. And you guys can stay tuned to next week to see which books I'm going to be talking about. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe down below if you'd like to see more videos with me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.